We talked earlier in the show about Frost Giant Studios and some of the ramifications that could come of that, studio being formed with a bunch of, people who worked on StarCraft 2 and other real-time strategy games and what that could mean for StarCraft 3 moving forward. Well, with that being said, guys, Dreamhaven is another company that was formed by co-founder of Blizzard, Mike Morhaime, who obviously creating Dreamhaven, guys, kind of leads us to a lot of, different question marks as to what this means for the future. Like Dreamhaven, could this be a company that decides to do a real-time strategy as well as like what Frost Giant Studios is doing? Is Dreamhaven really going to try to be like the competition to Blizzard? There's a lot of question marks that are coming up about it. I want to talk about it, guys, in detail here in this segment of the show, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. So let's get into it. So Dreamhaven, guys, first of all, the website looks absolutely beautiful. Absolutely love it. Join us on a new adventure. Welcome to Dreamhaven. We love epic adventures, sharing stories, and creating lasting memories with family and friends. So we're building a new game company based on our shared values and relentless passion for making meaningful player experiences. We hope you'll join us on this new journey. Dreamhaven is home to multiple game development studios and a central support team. This includes global operations, publishing, and partnership functions that can also help independent developers build and launch their games. So there's two other companies, guys, or studios that is within Dreamhaven, that being Moonshot Games and Secret Door. And both of these companies, I'm excited to see what comes out of these two, to say the least, guys. What I will say is a little bit about Dreamhaven. Shared values, purpose, and trust are required to create an environment that cultivates creativity and innovation. Strong teams that learn and evolve over time are more valuable than individual products or ideas. The global community of gamers can be a force for good. So what we want to do, we want to reimagine the studio model by empowering studios to establish independent identities, voices, and cultures, create vibrant worlds that reflect our values, take the chances that most big publishers won't and many smaller studios aren't always able to do, and then provide a safe place where developers, creators, and players can connect in meaningful ways, and then create games that we would be proud to share with our children and the world. Now, it feels like a little bit that, they're almost taking little subtle shots at Blizzard currently, because obviously they're under Activision, and reimagine the studio model by empowering studios to establish independent identities, voices, and cultures. Because a lot of people are stating that Blizzard, has their hands tied with everything. They have really no independence whatsoever because of Activision being there. But nonetheless, I'm excited about Dreamhaven because I think that this is, it's going to add more competition, which is good for everyone. I just believe that, guys. I think competition is very healthy in the gaming industry and landscape as a whole. Having Dreamhaven, Frost Giant Studios, having Blizzard and Activision, all these different companies that are, kind of trying to get your time, right? Obviously, Activision, working with Call of Duty. There's other games that are trying to compete with COD. There's other games that are going to be trying to compete with like StarCraft. People are going to, Dreamhaven most likely, as well as Frost Giant Studios, most certainly are going to be trying to take you away from StarCraft 2, most likely, because they're creating these new RTS games. And so I think that it's going to be very interesting to see how this works out moving forward. Now, what does Dreamhaven, what does this kind of mean, though, for, whether it be StarCraft or other games that, Blizzard has created? And since we have the co-founder of Blizzard that is now in charge of Dreamhaven, I think that we're going to see a lot of these titles that are going to be more independently run, obviously, and we're going to, we could see some very good properties come out of these two new studios that have been created from former Blizzard employees and founders and such, that being Frost Giant Studios as well as Dreamhaven. Do I think that these have the potential to be like a Blizzard? To be honest, guys, it's hard to say because of, just the backing Blizzard has to create such great, properties. They have so much money that's at their disposal at this point in time to create, the best, highest quality, types of video games. Whereas Dreamhaven and Frost Giant Studios are certainly getting some backing from like Riot Games and other places. However, they're not quite as large, obviously. They're not going to have quite as much money to work with as, say, Blizzard would have. So do I think over time these companies can certainly, gain some ground? Absolutely. But don't expect it right away. When they first start bringing out their first games and such, don't expect them to be of the same quality as, say, some of Blizzard's titles like Diablo 4 or Overwatch or, whatever it might be. I don't think that you can expect that. And Frost Giant Studios, when they come up with their real-time strategy game, don't really expect it to be, just as good as StarCraft 2, because obviously StarCraft 2 is something really special, guys. You're just going to have to kind of take it for what it is, and then over time, they will figure it out. Usually it takes, studios a little bit of some time to get their footing almost. When you think of the Coalition, when that was formed for Gears of War, Epic Games had worked on Gears of War, and then once that was, the Coalition was created as a Microsoft studio, it took them a couple of games to really get their footing, to really get the feel for it. 343 Industries, who are working on Halo Infinite, the same kind of thing. It took them, Halo 5, they were trying to get their footing almost. A new company coming in after Bungie, and, now, obviously with Halo Infinite coming out, we're hoping that that's, another step in the right direction for, 343, but you just got to kind of think of it from that perspective. Don't expect them to knock everything out of the park right away. It kind of is a process. It's going to take time, most likely. But can I say that I'm excited about this? I mean, guys, I am so excited about it. From a competition perspective, from just the raw talent on these teams, from Dreamhaven as well as Frost Giant Studios, guys, I'm excited about it. But let me know in the comment section down below, what are you guys most excited about here? Let me know. Let's have a real conversation about it with Dreamhaven and Frost Giant Studios. And for more content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.